Welcome to Dacey's Divas. Hi, I'm your host, Dacey. Today, we have a true diva out there making a difference since a young girl in the restaurant industry. She has continuously served so many of her customers with a huge, warm smile, and she always wants to make them all happy. She is the proud owner of the well-established Dream Diner. Please welcome this phenomenal diva, Marybeth Shanahan.
Thank you, Dacey. You're too kind.
No, you are.
Thank you for having me.
You are amazing. You finally got off because you are such a busy lady. I've been wanting you to come on the show forever.
Thank you.
But I admire you. I always have. I've known you for many years.
Many years.
And your work ethic, and you continue to always, which is true, make so many people happy.
That's what I love to do. I love making people happy.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit. I'm going to first show a picture. Pete's going to flash of you when you were a young girl, and maybe we can tell the viewers about who you are and how you got started.
Okay.
Because you've been doing this, you said 45 years.
45 years this year.
Amazing.
Just turned 55.
Wow, you look great.
Getting up there.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you're always so positive. You're as old as you feel.
That's right.
And you keep yourself going. And your business is not easy.
No, it's not.
It's tough.
It's not work because I love what I do. So.
And they love you. Because everybody I talk to, I'm like, oh, Marybeth's coming on the show from the Dream Diner. They're like, really? Even the woman at the front desk, I love it there. So
Thank you. So the picture that you're showing now.
I love it.
I was with my Aunt Martha. I was 11 years old, 1981.
Wow.
And that's how I started. When I was 10 years old, they started on Chelmsford Street. It was called the Peerless Diner. It was just a small Worcester car diner. And I used to follow my Aunt Martha around on the weekends and, you know, school vacations. And that's how I got into the business. And ever since then, I've been working in the restaurant business since I was 10 years old.
So what did she have you do at such a young age? I mean, that's really, but that was our generation. We had to work when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
So what did she have you first start out?
I'd pour coffee, I'd take orders, I'd deliver the food.
You did?
I'd clean the tables. If I had to do dishes, I'd do dishes.
So you loved it.
I did.
And you weren't bored?
Sweep the floors.
No, my goodness.
Yeah.
And that gave you
fun.
Great work ethic.
It did.
Gave you a sense of accomplishment and self-esteem.
And confidence.
Confidence.
Be able to work with the public, deal with the public.
Right.
You know?
Any rude customers back then?
I don't remember anybody rude. And every now and then, out of 100 customers, you might have 1% here and there, but most nice people.
And they must have loved you as a little girl.
Yes.
Right? But would some people be like, is she going to get my coffee, my order right? I'm sure you had some eye rolling, right?
I do remember one incident, which I probably shouldn't talk about it. I was probably 12 at the time, and this is when the Owl Diner was open up at nights, when my family bought the Owl Diner. And someone ordered spaghetti and meatballs. The woman was dressed all in white, and the spaghetti slipped right off the plate. I was so embarrassed. That's the only horror moment that I remember in my 45 years of being in the restaurant business was when the spaghetti all over a white outfit.
Well, you're a visionary anyways, but you could have done the ones with the chinettes, the plates. You could have made that commercial.
That's right.
All those years ago.
Right.
You would have been that would have been phenomenal.
It would have been.
Hey, you learn. We all have to learn sometime.
That's right.
And somewhere. So nowadays you have you have two beautiful daughters.
I have two great daughters.
We have to give a big shout out to your husband, Pat, in the audience today. He's a great guy.
He is.
I have known you guys almost what?
Over 20 years.
More than that, I think.
More than that. We've been at the diner 28 years, so it's been a long time.
Pete is going to, let's talk about a little bit. You have two daughters. They're grown now, and they're doing very well.
Freshman and sophomore in college.
That's great.
One's a pilot. She flies planes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so she's got her commercial rating. Now she's going to be doing her multi-engine rating, and she wants to work for the airlines.
Wow.
She's already been interviewed twice with JetBlue and PSA, which is Americans Regional, and she's got hired by them both once she completes her rating.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
What made her want to be a pilot?
She's been flying since she was 14 out of Nashua Airport.
Good for her. Good for you. Encouraging her.
Yeah, you know what it was is we went to visit my Aunt Martha in Maine, 2019. And there's a couple that come in the diner that live in our town in Dunstable, Sue and Bill. They have a plane out of Nashua. I asked them to give us a ride up there for the day to visit her. And when they did, mentioned about there's a need for pilots, especially women pilots, and told us about discovery flights. We would have never knew about discovery flights.
Wow.
So when we got back, I said, Ma, you want to take a discovery flight? She took a discovery flight out of Manchester, New Hampshire.
That's a great story.
And that's how it started.
Wow.
That's how it started.
But you're both amazing parents, and you're a product of your own. They're a product of their own environment.
And they've been working in the diner since they were 6, 7 years old.
Yep, Pete's gonna flash one of the cute pictures that you have with them sipping the big float.
The fraps.
Yep, they're adorable. And what were their names?
Maya.
Maya, that's right.
And Molly.
I met them.
Maya and
I
Molly.
can't believe how big they are now. I remember when they were little girls.
Yep.
So that's a great story. Now, from working there, what made you want to open up? We're going to show the video after in a few minutes, but after that, you transitioned to what did you do after the restaurant?
I was working in the restaurant business, and then I went off to college.
Yeah.
And then I graduated, and then I started building houses. I have my contractor's license, supervisor's license.
Wow,
I've had that since 1993, maybe.
Where did you build homes?
Drake, Tyngsboro, Hudson, Salem, Methuen.
Wow.
Pelham.
I wonder if I sold any of your homes.
No, I would have remembered.
Okay.
But this was quite a few years ago.
Because I started back in the mid-'80s selling real estate. So, wow, good for
Yeah.
you. All right, so that's a big jump now. Now you've accomplished a lot. So you got out of the building.
So I just stopped building residential because my mom, as a hairdresser, had her own place. She sold it now. She called me and said, Country Donuts is for sale in Tyngsboro. Would you like to take a look at it? And I said, sure. So the guy that she cut his hair, John O'Laughlin, made the appointment. He knew the owner.
Right.
And my husband and I at the time, we were boyfriend and girlfriend. We were dating. It was Easter Sunday, 1997.
Wow.
We went up, it was their last day opened, and we took a look at it. You know, he showed us all around, Bob Johnson, and I was 26 years old and decided to go to the bank and apply for the loan, and here we are 28 years later.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful diner.
It is. It was just only 14 booths, and then sewage was coming up the road finally after all these years.
Right.
And we were able to add on in 2017. We added our original diner, which was all original diner parts, and then we added our patio on this last spring.
That's beautiful. Pete, can we run the video and just Mary Beth can kind of explain? So you can look at that. Look at, I love the aerial view.
My name is Marybeth Shanahan. You're at the Dream Diner in Tyngsboro, Massachusetts. We've been established since 1997. We are a small mom and pop business. My heart and soul is in this place. I love to make people happy. Been doing it now since I was a kid. I've had my own place now going on 28 years. We had the patio, and we used to rent a tent. It was pricey to rent a tent every month, but people love to sit outside and dine. I talked to Boston Pergola, Manolis, back during COVID, and here we are, 2024. We added another addition to the Dream Diner, which was the beautiful pergola that we have outside. People just love to sit outside, especially on a great day, you know? And if it's too sunny, we can move the shades so it's not sunny. If it's hot and we want to get a little breeze, we can move it the opposite way. There's a lot of options that we have now that we have the pergola. I like the light option too, because if we ever want to do a function at night or we want to open up at nights, you have that option to also have outdoor seating in the evening. Only closed 3 days a year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter. We have a lot of great customers. We have customers that have been coming in here since 1997. I love the business. It's just something that I love, making people happy. I love the regulars. I love the first-timers. I love just meeting people and just the different walks of life you meet in a restaurant. It's my dream came true.
How did you come up with the name, Dream Diner?
My husband and I thought of it because it was a stick building and it wasn't a real diner, like our family, but we wanted to make you feel like you were in a diner.
Right.
So we said, what about Dream Diner?
I love that.
Yeah.
And as you say, it's your dream come true. And it's a hard business.
It is. It is.
Tell me, how did you get through the pandemic? Because you really
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It wasn't easy.
Yeah.
I mean, we're thinking, oh, we're going to be closed a week, 2 weeks max.
I know.
4 months.
I know.
That was a long time.
Did you do like takeout?
We didn't because a lot of the suppliers had minimums.
Yeah.
In order to order food, you had to have minimum. It was going to just keep sinking more money into just closed everything and then
Which was smart.
and then just
reopen.
waited till we were able to reopen and You had to do the every other seating and the mask and all that. It was
tough.
It was tough.
But you're still going strong.
We're still.
And you came out of it.
There. We did.
That's great.
We did.
So tell me a little bit more about now. You still love doing the restaurant business. What is one of your great memories at the Dream Diner? You must have a really special memory. Because I know you love your customers, and you always have that continuous smile.
I think I don't know about memory, but my most favorite achievement is when we're able to add on to the diner and finally get that real stainless diner.
Right.
I think that was, I don't know if it's a memory, but
accomplishment.
It's my accomplishment.
It was a self-accomplishment. And what made you decide to do that?
We've wanted to do it for years, but we couldn't because we're on septic system.
Yeah.
So you can only have so many seats.
So,
but because sewage was coming up, finally Middlesex Road, that busy road, which should have been there years ago.
I know, I'm surprised that it wasn't there.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense because they have like the ice skating there and
yep, they were all on septic.
There.
They were all on septic.
They were all on septic.
All on
That's
septic.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it finally came and we were able to add on and here we are.
How big is it in the restaurant? Like, what's your capacity?
There's probably, I mean, if you put 4 people at every seat, probably be about 200 seats.
Wow. And how about the outside now?
We have about 15 tables outside.
Wow. And you make delicious comfort food, classic comfort food?
Homemade cinnamon roll French toast is one of the favorites.
I saw that. Yes.
14 different eggs Benedicts.
Oh, my goodness.
45 different omelets. One of the favorite omelets is pastrami and Swiss cheese.
You're kidding?
Yeah.
Wow.
We used to make a pastrami melt.
Yeah.
And my mom said, why don't I make a pastrami omelet? We tried it. Customers love it.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So,
but we also have lunch. A lot of people don't realize we have lunch, homemade dinners.
What time do you close?
We close at 1. We used to close at 2 before pandemic, but now it's 1 o'clock. But we're thinking about, it's just a staffing issue. Yeah. Opening up at nights because we have that beautiful patio.
Yeah, I agree. And you have a liquor license.
And we have a full liquor license.
I saw the Bloody Mary someone was having, and Wicked Bites. Was it Wicked Bites?
Yes, Wicked Bites was there in the fall.
They just did a fabulous, he did a great job.
Steve, he did.
Yeah, Steve. He did a great job. I loved how he really highlighted everything there.
Right.
But I didn't know that until you had a liquor license.
Right, see, a lot of people don't know we have a liquor license or serve lunch. So we're trying to market that.
Right. I think you made it, what was it, a meatloaf or something classic?
Meatloaf dinner,
yes.
Turkey dinner. We have fish and chips.
Who does the cooking? Do you ever do the cooking?
Oh yeah, I get right in there. Whatever has to, I have some great staff.
Right.
But I still get in there and help out and whatever needs to be done.
Has most of these people been with you for 28 years?
We've had, it's the restaurant business.
I know.
We had cooks there 10 years, 8 years, 5 years. We have a server, Mary, that works with us since day one, 1997.
Wow.
And my mom helps out on the weekends here and there. But my daughters have been there for
ever.
But there is a turnover because it's the restaurant business.
I know. And that's not easy. And it's certainly after the pandemic. And it's sad. A lot of well-known restaurant establishments have closed, which is tough. What makes you keep on going? Do you think it's your personality? You're so vibrant.
I'm driven.
You're driven.
I'm driven.
Yeah.
And no matter what happens, I know there's never going to be another pandemic, but I would never close again.
Right.
I would just stay open, pay the fines, and I'm not going to let anything stop me.
Yeah, I know. Boy, you must have been like, when it was open up, you must have been so relieved. Get in there.
But it was like starting over again. It was nerve-wracking because you had to do all this. And
people were still afraid.
Yeah.
There's people still afraid, like now with
people wearing double masks.
Right, double masks. But you've got that outdoors now, and everybody loves outdoors, and certainly coming from a long winter long.
I think I won't say much, but I think the media brainwashed a lot of people.
Yeah, it's sad. It's too bad.
It affected them. It affected them.
Well, look at the children that it affected. A lot of these kids had so many, they were so depressed.
Yep.
And so were adults. And
anxiety and it's sad.
It was a tough time.
Yep.
But now we're all come out of it and we're all
5 years later,
Yes. So you are driven. But you always have a balance. Like you obviously, you have been with your husband. I know you're always a close relationship. I love seeing you when I used to do the Z-List out and about. And but you have a balance. You don't work 24 hours. You've raised your daughters. They're pretty much grown, correct?
Yeah, 19 and 20.
Yes. And how did you find that balance from working in such a tough field? The restaurant industry, please. I couldn't.
Well, you know what it is, too, is we have other businesses. We don't keep our eggs all in one basket.
Yeah.
I've been in the travel business since 1991.
Oh my goodness, you've done everything.
So I have a lot of little things that I do. And it just,
Are you still doing the travel?
Oh, yeah.
You're kidding. I'll have to book a flight through you.
You want to...
book Greece through you.
We're going on a yacht in
You are?
the end of July. I have 4 cabins left if you're interested. Only 15 cabins.
Where are you going?
We're going to Croatia.
Oh my!
Have you been to Croatia?
No, but I heard it's fabulous.
It's awesome.
Geez, I might have to take you up on that.
Anybody listening? $3,500 a person
For
2 meals a day.
For how long?
Sunday to Sunday.
You're kidding? That's a great price.
Yeah.
That's
and
amazing.
it's all it's all people that we know. And
Have you ever been to Croatia?
we went last year and we loved it so much. We're doing it again this year.
Nice.
And but it's a different itinerary. There's 1,200 islands in Croatia.
Wow, that's fabulous. You know, they say, I haven't been on a cruise for ages, but they say the cruises are really, they're easier.
But see, this isn't a cruise; it's a yacht.
Oh, it's a yacht.
It's a difference.
Yeah, that's true.
15 cabins, 30 people.
How big are the cabins?
They're probably 200 square feet.
Wow, I might have to take you up on that.
Yeah, I have a flyer in my bag.
All right, I'm going to take that. I'm going to look at that, really. And I have great company.
And then next year, we're already working on finding a yacht for Greece. We want to do the islands of Greece.
You love Greece.
Next year.
I love Greece. I'm Greek, so.
Yeah, we went to a wedding in 2019 in Greece, in Stupa. And
where's Stupa near?
it's probably 3 hours from Athens, near Kalamata.
Okay, yes, okay, I know Kalamata.
Right in the water, right in the ocean.
Yeah, my father's family, Kostaki, where the monasteries are. There, his village is at the base of that.
Okay.
And my mother's family was from Gadia.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I've gone many times, and Greece is beautiful. The people are great.
Oh,
the food
so
is
nice,
fabulous.
so nice.
I might do that one too.
Yep.
Oh my God! And now I'll have to really get my whole. You'll be my travel agent. So builder, travel agent, restaurateur. What else do we have here? Mother, wife, friend, sister, right?
Sister.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tell me, who is a role model that has made you to who you are today? Because you are a strong, independent woman.
You know, my family.
Yep.
I think my family has been, because they're all hard workers.
Right.
We grew up in it since we were little, and you know, I just followed.
Yeah.
I just followed them.
Footsteps.
Followed the steps of learning how to work hard, and nothing's handed to us. And you just work for what you earn.
I remember
you earn what you work for.
Young girl, you guys worked very hard when I used to go to that restaurant. But for a woman, do you think it was your Aunt Martha, or who for a woman really stuck on your mind? Yes, your family, but was there one strong woman?
I would say my Aunt Martha and my mom.
Is your Aunt Martha still living?
Yes, she has a diner in Maine, in Bar Harbor.
Oh,
actually, right in Ellsworth, on the way to Bar Harbor.
God bless her. Really?
Yeah, it's called Martha's Diner.
Really? How old is she now?
Just turned, I think, 70, 71.
And how old is your mom now?
My mom just turned 77.
Wow.
Yep.
Strong women.
Yep.
And they've worked hard.
Yep, they have.
If you had a magic wand, what would you wish for the young women out there today? It's a whole different generation.
To always be independent.
Oh, and why? My dad always taught me that too.
They can't take, I mean, just being independent, no one can take it away from you. If you have your own independence and never give up.
Right,
never give up.
I know. Once you give up, forget it. Is there certain tools you can give women that might not know where to look or where to go?
Always stay positive.
Yeah.
Be around like-minded people. You know.
I agree.
No gloom and doom.
Yeah, no toxicity.
Right.
Right.
If you're in that group, just move away from them.
Right.
Just be around good, positive people.
Yeah, and that makes you feel good. And I know that you've done a lot of good, throughout the years, and you continue to do a lot of good. Where do you go from here now? I mean, you're going to so you did the travel, you're builder, restaurateur, where do we...
We have commercial real estate that we...
Tell me a little bit about that.
Back when we bought the diner we bought the building, 1997. My husband and I established the Dream Diner because it was it was a closed donut shop. So we started the diner, and we bought the real estate because we like real estate, being in the building business,
smart.
right?
Yeah.
And then there was an old motel next door. So in 1999...
What was the motel's name?
It was closed. I'm not sure of the name of it, but it was a green building. It was to the right of the diner. And
I remember that years ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
there was traveling right up to the mall. Was it
on the left-hand side?
On the left-hand side, yes.
So this old lady owned it, and we contacted her, and she was ready to sell.
Yeah.
So we bought that because we needed parking for the diner, because the lot for the diner is really small. And when we bought the building, the road, Locust, was closed because there was no light there. It was closed. The bridge was they closed the bridge. So everybody parked there because the road was closed. So now when they opened up the bridge and they put the lights there, we really had no parking.
Wow.
So we bought that property, sat on it for a couple years, and
That's great.
Paying the mortgage and all that, which wasn't easy, but at the time, you're doing what you have to do because we need the parking.
Right.
And then I said to my husband, we gotta develop this. We gotta do something with it. We were gonna wait for sewerage.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? How long are we gonna wait? We're gonna wait another 10 years?
Right.
We didn't know how long sewerage was gonna come. So I started marketing to different restaurants.
Yeah, you brainstormed.
And we finally got Carrabba's Italian Grill. It was the first Massachusetts restaurant on septic.
Wow.
On septic.
I loved it there.
And they were there 15 years. It was great.
The place was packed.
Great.
That's right. I forgot about that. You owned that
Yeah.
old building. And then you have another one now.
Well, right before COVID, 2019, Best Friends went out of business. They moved down the street. They didn't go out of business. They moved down the street to a smaller, more boutique building.
Yep.
And
Building.
we went to the bank and were able to get another mortgage,
Yeah.
Mortgage City, and we got that building in 2019.
Great.
Marketed another company just like them from Arizona, signed a letter of intent, and then COVID happened. Yeah. So now we're stuck with the building. The mortgage, what do? You gotta
do something.
So we just kept paying it and doing what we had to do during COVID, and finally we referred to, I don't know if you know, there was some members from Vespa that ended up doing the brewery, and we lease to the brewery.
Oh, that's great.
So we at least there's a tenant there. There's a tenant.
You're a philanthropist now, entrepreneur. You've done it all. Is there any thing that you want to do? One thing before we end this show. Is there something else that you would want to do? I don't know.
I'm very happy.
You've done it all.
I'm very happy with my life. I love my family, my children, my husband. I'm very grateful. Very grateful.
You do exude
very grateful.
Positivity, and that's what I've always loved about you. I have to give you, we're wrapping up, can you believe it?
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to say?
I just want to thank you for having me. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you again.
You are a true dream, as they would say. I have to give you my traditional Godiva chocolate for the diva in you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for everything that you have done, Marybeth. You really have made so many people happy through your restaurant, your comfort food, and all the goodness that you've done throughout the many, many years. And I'm very lucky that I know you.
Thank you very much. Same here.
If anybody knows a great diva like this phenomenal diva, Marybeth Shanahan, please reach out to her. Her email, her website will be going through the show the whole day, dreamdiner.com. And please reach out to her. Thank you for watching Dacey's Divas, and I will see you soon.